Jordan Peterson, bastion of self-help advice, lost his cool on Twitter the other day. It all stemmed from this tweet. Sorry, not beautiful, and no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. Now, this tweet is deranged for several reasons. One, does the model on the cover really look that bad? He's acting like they featured someone who was morbidly obese on the cover of this magazine. At best, she's just pudgy. There are many people out there in the world that look like this. Deal with it, you man-child. Also, authoritarian tolerance, as if the be-all, end-all of what is determined to be beautiful is what is featured on the swimsuit magazine cover. And also, fucking magazines in 2022? Who the fuck is buying magazines in the year 2022? Like, this is a complete non-issue. I highly doubt anyone would give a fuck whatsoever over who is featured on this magazine cover if you didn't make such a big fucking stink about it on your Twitter. I get it, Jordan, you're old, you're crusty, you probably still go out to buy magazines to jack off to the swimsuit models featured inside of them. And at least to me, it's pretty obvious that you're very disappointed that this edition of this specific magazine didn't have a fappable enough model on the cover for you. But even still, authoritarian tolerance. Who the fuck is forced to look at this cover of this magazine? No one is being coerced into finding this particular model, or anyone with a similar build, attractive. Everyone has different preferences, and that's perfectly okay. It only crosses a line when you get fucking nasty and say shit like, no, this person is ugly, not beautiful whatsoever, why do I have to look at them? So after Jordan Peterson's little hissy fit over this model that was featured on this magazine cover, people rightfully called him out en masse for being an asshole. And what was his response? Another fucking hissy fit. He tweeted this: the endless flood of vicious insult is really not something that can be experienced anywhere else. I like to follow the people I know, but I think the incentive structure of the platform makes it intrinsically and dangerously insane. I love how the irony just flies over his head. The reason you were viciously insulted, quote-unquote, is because you, yourself, viciously insulted a plus-sized model. And I'm sure your tweet indirectly incentivized your huge, dumbass 15-year-old fan base who thinks that every real-life woman should have the same build as an anime girl to also viciously attack this model. I'm sorry, Jordan Peterson, but talk shit, get hit. You don't get to just say nasty shit towards a person and not have other people call you out for being an asshole. Like, aren't you one of these prominent right-wing figures who always crows on about free speech? Freedom of speech online is under attack by all these authoritarian, crazy lefties. So if you say something that many people find contentious, wouldn't you be in full support of people expressing their distaste over what you said? But no, you're just like all of these other right-wing chodes. You don't actually give a fuck about what freedom of speech really is, but you just love to virtue signal about loving freedom of speech when you just mean, I want to be able to say whatever the fuck I want with no repercussions whatsoever. Well, sorry, Jordan Peterson, but the real world doesn't work that way. So after this whole fiasco unfolded, Jordan Peterson proclaimed that he will be leaving Twitter for good, saying that it will be better for him in the long run because Twitter is such a fucking cesspool. Except he never left Twitter. As of me recording this, just 2 hours ago, he tweeted out an advertisement for Jordan Peterson themed playing cards because, yeah, that's totally what every reputable psychologist has, right? Playing cards based around themselves. It's just so fucking bizarre. He claims that he wants nothing to do with Twitter anymore, yet he's still tweeting incessantly. But yeah, this whole thing has just been a shit show. An absolute fucking shit show that I'm all here for because this whole thing is just so fucking hilarious. To think that this stemmed from him not being able to get horny to a swimsuit model. Jordan Peterson horny. That's an image I don't need in my head. But bottom line is, Jordan Peterson is as much of a fragile man-child as he claims the left is. And by extension, his followers, who are these red pill alpha male types, are also the same exact way. You'd think that wouldn't be the case for people who claim to be such alphas or sigmas or whatever the fuck they like to call themselves these days, but it just is. It's almost like this is pure projection. I just solved the puzzle there, didn't I? Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.